Hello and welcome. Thank you so much for joining me on Stack Dollar channel. My name is RJ and I'm going to be the host of this channel, Stack Dollar. Now, as the name suggests, you might have guessed, this is about money, or I would say personal finance. Now, before we dive into what will be covered in this personal finance channel, let me take you to a slide that I just recently saw, and that says, let me move to that slide. And here is, if you can see my screen, that's great. If not, I'll try to explain so that if you are listening to this, you can also understand. So this slide has a bar graph, and it says the number of millionaires has skyrocketed. Now this report comes from UBS as a global wealth report published in 2023, and I found this on Statista channel or a website. Now what it shows is that between 2000 and 2022, there was an increase of 6.7% in the USA itself of number of millionaires. So this is a great news, right? Because there are more people making more money. Basically, they are becoming millionaires. But before we just finish at that, let's also look at this slide. This one, actually, this report came out just about a week ago. It's on May 14th, 2024. And this comes from Federal Reserve Bank of New York. And it says household debt rose by 184 billion, B as in billion, in Q1 only, Q1 of 24. And delinquency transition rates increased across all debt types. So on one hand, we are seeing that there are more millionaires. On the other hand, we see that more household debt. It is not corporate debt. Corporate meaning company debt. This is people like you and me borrowing money, and that's the household debt. So now there is another study from Experian. Experian is the biggest site which keeps all the track of our credit reports, credit applications, and how many people are owing how much balance, things like that. So they are saying the total US consumer debt balance increased to, and listen to this, 17.1 trillion in 2023. This is up 4.4% from 16.38 trillion in 2022. This growth is slightly better than previous year, which was 21 to 22 was 7% increase. Nonetheless, this is $17.1 trillion, my friend. We are talking here in trillions. So where I'm taking this to, on one hand, there are more people adding more debt, and there are also people who are earning more because they are becoming millionaires. So what it tells us is that there are people who know how to handle money, right, and how to become millionaires, and there are people who do get into this vicious debt cycle. Now, what we are going to focus, obviously, it's up to us which club we want to belong to, millionaires club or this debtors club. I would definitely, the answer is clear, and I would say if you would like to be part of, or you may be already a part of millionaires club and you want to be a deca millionaire, for example, the principles that we are going to talk about are going to be the same in no matter what level you are. And that's the beauty of this Stack Dollar, and that's what I came up with. Now, before we go further, also let me give you a quick background about myself. So I have been part of this debt cycle. I have seen it, how it works, and I got trapped into it. And what I would add to this is that it doesn't matter how much you are educated by, let's say, a degree. I am an engineer. I know I have an MBA, and still I kind of fell into this trap, I would say, because I did not have right education, what I should focus on, what I should learn, what I should implement, things like that. So that's what I learned myself, and I want to share so that others can not become victim of this debt cycle, and also become, on the other end, become wealthy, either in Millionaires Club or even plus. Now, let me also put a disclaimer. Two disclaimers. One, I'm not a financial advisor or any such thing. We are going to talk about general rules, whatever I learn, what I learn from other people. I read a lot of books. I listen to different aspects, channels and podcasts and all, and I learned something new. I'm going to share it here. So that's number one. Number two, I'm not saying that money will provide all the answers to our life in our problems in life. There are things that money can buy, and there are things that money cannot. But definitely money does help in providing certain answers. So please take from that perspective, that don't become just focus on money only, because happiness has no direct relation to money. There are so many millionaires and billionaires and celebrities, and they are still miserable. So don't try to attach that. In fact, I'm creating a separate channel altogether just for happiness, because it doesn't have any direct tie to money. However, money is definitely, if not everything, it definitely is something, so we should consider it. Okay, so let's dive into the next section, which is how do we handle this personal financing. Now obviously we don't need to go to school and it's a boring class that we need to sit into. What we'll do is, in this I have come up with a special formula called M3 formula, I call it, and it is very simple. First and foremost, as it is said in management, that if you cannot measure it, you cannot manage it. So number one step we'll have is we need to measure our money. How do we do that? We'll have tools and techniques, and we'll go through in our successive videos and podcasts, but that's what we'll be starting with. Once we have that measure, once we know what is coming in, what is going out, where are we, what needs to be done, and based on that we'll start managing that money. Now managing means controlling it. We don't blindly spend money. We don't blindly think about doing some ad hoc things. We should have it planned. That is the management part. And once we have enough money saved, we will focus on how do we multiply that money. So we can invest in stocks, bonds, real estate, things like that, tax advantages, or lots of such things that will help us grow that money. So it is very simple formula, as you can see. And what we'll focus on is not only these three, but the ultimate benefits of those things that we'll, once we apply these M3 steps, the three formula, the three steps in this formula, there will be two types of benefits we'll reap: monetary benefits and non-monetary benefits. Monetary benefits are very simple. First and foremost, there will be savings. If we control our spending, we will be mindful of budgeting, we'll be mindful of spending, then we should have some surplus left over. That is the savings. And where will it help? It will help you sleep at night. You will have less debt, you will have better peaceful life. And not only that, but it will help you also transpire into different aspects of life, such as relationship, such as your family. You will be able to spend more time with your kids rather than worrying about it. You will be able to spend more time with your significant others. There are lots of things, and that will help you thousands of dollars in savings. That is where the next step will come, which is debt elimination. Because the back of your mind, the worry is this debt. It is like, I have so much credit card, so much mortgage, so much this, all that, car loans, you name it. All those things need to come under control. And once that is done, you will think about, what else can I do? How can I improve? How can I increase my earning potential? Nowadays, you people do work from home. A lot of those people. There are also side hustles using social media. I mean, there are so many avenues nowadays that adding $500,000, $10,000 a month, there are people who are doing it. So why not think of increasing our income? Once we have that, so what we are trying to do is, if you think on my left side is my asset, my income, that we should increase, and the right side, if you think that is going to be expenses or our liabilities, that should go down. If you do this balance, now we will be having the net worth in a positive way. So net worth is what? Your assets, your savings minus your liabilities. So as long as you have this higher than this, you are in a net positive, net worth is positive, and that's what your focus will be. This will help you not only your current generation, but also to plan for next generation who will thank you for that. Like, think about those people who are blessed with their forefathers have left certain things, and they are at least having something to start with. So that's what we'll be focusing. And then what I'll say is that non-monetary aspect, right? This is where I was telling you, the peace of mind, the freedom, the financial freedom, as they call it. You can take a vacation where you will want to go. You can take some days off without worrying about, like, hey, I will lose my job or my pay. You will be empowered. You will feel confident that I want to do this. And same, I told you that generational wealth is what your focus should be to build through this. Now, all these three M's or M3 aspects. To encompass that, to really implement, you need the fourth M, which is mindset. And I know not everybody will, who is listening to this, may understand or agree to this. Sometimes they say, well, I have heard this kind of talks, I cannot handle it. So that's where this mindset comes into picture, where your subconscious has has what do I say, has fed you through your childhood up to now all different kinds of thoughts, and that comes from, you are looking at the parents initially, then you look at your friends, families, your experiences. So all those things roll up, and you think that either money is good, money is bad, money is ugly, right? Or there is limited money in the world. I cannot earn more. There is not enough for everybody. I cannot earn more. I cannot save more. Also, sometimes you say, well, I am earning more, but I am spending because my spending habit is such. Then you won't be able to save more. You can save, but now you are afraid to grow more because you put everything saving under the pillow, and there is no way to grow it. You have to take some risk to invest it and to make it grow. And there are lots of avenues where we can take low risk, medium risk, high risk, and there are strategies to follow to give you some return on that, based on your age, based on your tolerance, risk tolerance, lots of things. So my point is, all of these we are going to talk about in this channel, and this will be a great start for M3. So let me emphasize, this channel is not just an entertainment channel. I mean, it's not a gossip channel, obviously. This is what we are going to do. Is this is a long-term effect on your life, on your personal finance, and there are so many options that you should think of. By this channel, I am trying to make you think, make you take action. Action oriented is what we are listening to. This is just nothing. Yeah, you might have read lots of books and you have heard lots of great things about how to manage money, but if you really don't manage money, there is nothing that's going to help you. So I will focus on providing certain tools, techniques, and I will hold hand. We can reach out. We will have a mastermind group. There will be some coaching. There will be some Zoom calls we can set up, and that's where the community comes into picture. I have seen that you might want to do something, but unless you have support, let's say some friend is also ready to take part, now you will be encouraged. Let's say you're planning to run marathon, half marathon, whatever it is. You think, I want to do it, but then when you tell to your friend and you say, oh yes, I will also be ready to join, or let's say go to gym and I'll join you. Now suddenly you have a company, and it encourages your mind to take that action, rather than if you are alone, you will say, oh, I did that last week, but I'm not feeling today, let me skip gym, right? So this particular thing, it's like our mental gym. We have to follow certain steps in order to get our finances in order, and for that we need to hold our hands. So we need to have a group, and it should be a smaller group. I don't want to make it a big group, but that's my plan, that we'll discuss what are the options, what everybody is at a different stage of life, and we can support each other out. That's exactly what the motto and motive behind this channel. Thank you so much for joining. In the next episode, I'm going to deep dive into this mindset part. What is our mind? What is our thinking process? How does it matter? And how can we use that to address these issues, so that we can take actually those 3 steps, those M3 formula that we can follow. So thank you again. I hope you enjoyed this, and if you did, please join, subscribe, join this channel, subscribe to this channel, share this channel, and please help other friends also, and let's continue this journey. Thank you.